a lovely guy, really. He was a gardener or whatever. But as soon as there's an Asian guy, an Asian man, or he's a Muslim, that's it. He's already judged.
He's blasted.
And then what you get is that isolation and separation. And I think we as a community, whether we're black, white, Asian, brown, whatever color we are, whatever religion, we have to stick together, because ultimately we are the collateral damage. The people in power are not the collateral damage, because they've got security guards,
classes, isn't it?
They've got their pearly towers, they've got their people to protect them. But who gets it in the neck? We do. So we have to look after each other. As a community, we all have to stick together. We have the same problems, the same issues. We must not let them divide us. We can't, because if we're divided, we're going to fall.
Yeah.
So all of us
have
have
to
come together.
Why do you think what is the purpose of dividing us? Why are they doing this? Why?
Because when you're divided, you're weak. Yeah, it's like your 5 fingers. Yeah, if the fingers are separated like this, you can easily just break the fingers up. But if we put the fingers together, we make a fist.
Good analogy. Yeah? I like that.
Yeah?
I like
so
that.
now try and break it. When someone comes, they get it in the nose. Yeah, but if we're divided, we're going to get broken. Yeah. So we need to work together. Look, I'm not saying that we're always going to agree on everything. I'm not saying that as a community we're all going to be like singing Kumbaya and we're all going to be having a fantastic time. We're going to have differences. We're going to have differences of opinion. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. But we need to be bigger, and we need to overcome these, because our issues are all the same. Yeah, we're all trying to get by, pay the rent, pay the bills, get our kids through education, put food on the table. This is a common denominator with all of us. It doesn't matter what color of skin you are. It doesn't matter what religion you are.
Of course.
We've got the 1% elite. That control the wealth of the entire world.
Absolutely.
That report that came in the recently. That was it.
1% of the rich, 99% of the wealth.
No. It wasn't 1%, mate. It was like they said that 8 people, or was it 10 people? Have more wealth than 50% of the poor people of the world. There's 7.5 billion people in the world.
Crazy.
So all that means is, if you want to solve world poverty, grab them 8 guys, take all their money off them,
get to 50% of the population.
Job done. Give it back to the population.
Job done.
Yeah. No more poverty.
I think we should do it.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Find out names and addresses.
Who's with us?
Find out names and addresses. We'll go down there now.
No, not really.
No, joke. Just a joke.
Are you trying to get me arrested? I'm going to get back to Birmingham tonight.
Okay, let's look at some of these comments. Right, let's have a look. No, I'm not coming to Celtic, bruv. No. Sorry, mate. The mighty Rams are going to... Yeah, dream on, mate. We'll see. 2-0 to Leicester. Is there a link between Islam and terrorism? Good question. No, ISIS, they claim they're Islamic, right? They claim they're the real Muslims, right? ISIS, right? We know they're Mickey Mouses. They're not Muslims, you know what I mean? They're just jokers. So do you think there's a link between Islam and terrorism?
Look, this is a very complicated subject. I mean, it's going to take a bit of time to explain. But what you got to understand is that, Islam is against terrorism.
Absolutely.
Full stop.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? And I don't care what anybody says or how people try to twist the words around or whatever. You got to take things in their context. Yeah. When you read things, when you quote things, you have to look at the context behind it. Yeah. For different times and different places. Obviously, because of ISIS now, people do obviously have the thing that because they claim to be a Khalifa and an Islamic State, and they use all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But what you got to understand, I mean, I could stay here all night telling you the whole background about ISIS. I mean, that's a conversation in itself. But what you got to realize is that these guys have just hijacked the religion.
Yeah.
All ISIS is a bunch of criminals. Who use Islam to try to justify
their
what
actions.
they do.
They're all nutcases. They're the barbarians, mate. I've never seen a group like that in my life. In all the history.
Let me give you an example. Yeah. In the 90s and in the 80s. People from the UK and around the world fought in Afghanistan against the Russians. And at that time, when the Mujahideen were fighting in Afghanistan against the Russians, I saw someone sent me a video of Margaret Thatcher at that time, who went to Afghanistan and addressed the Mujahideen, and she actually said that you people are standing in the face of tyranny and communism, and you represent the free world. I mean, you can go to YouTube and get that. They were the freedom fighters, the darlings of the West.
Darlings.
Afghan Mujahideen were brought over to Scotland to be trained. Yeah.
Yes.
And
they were given SAM missiles, weren't they? Surface-to-air missiles by the Americans.
And then even in Bosnia as well, you had, I mean, when I was in Bosnia, I used to see, the Brit bat, the British battalion, and sometimes they'd be in their sort of, their vehicles, and would go past, and I'd just shout out to them, "All right, John," and they'd be quite surprised to see a guy, like me, with a big beard and armed and everything, and they go, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Birmingham, mate." They go, "No, I'm from Liverpool, I'm from here."
I'm from Birmingham, mate.
Birmingham, and I say to them, like, any good fish and chip shops around here? I start laughing. They go, "Oh, I could die for some bloody fish and chips. The food here is so naff." Yeah, but we digress. My point was, all of those guys who went over to them places came back to the UK. Why didn't they do any acts of terrorism?
Yeah, that's true.
I've been here now for so many years. I know lots of people who were in Bosnia, who were in Afghanistan back in the 80s and the 90s.
That's a good
Why
point.
haven't they done anything? They've been living here for 20, 30 years. Never anything happened. Why now? Why right now? We've got all this over the last few years. We've got this, craziness going on. People need to think about that. Yeah, this is a conversation that needs to be had.
That's a very good point. I never thought of it like that.
Exactly.
All the people that went to Bosnia and Afghanistan, when they came back, never committed any act of terrorism. But these new Mickey Mouse that come out now, these young lads who want to copy ISIS, they've been going nuts. I mean, for example, the Lee Rugby thing and the 7/7 bombers.
Yeah, but look, even with the Lee Rigby thing, please, people, you need to open your mind and open your eyes. Read the reports. The guy had psychological issues. It's been confirmed. He was on drugs. It's been confirmed.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on. The other guy was spaced out of his brain. You know what I mean? He was completely high. Yeah, these guys had issues. Yeah, that's not taking away the fact that what they did was wrong. Of course, what they did was wrong. Yeah, it's illegal. It's a crime, and they should be punished. But don't equate that to Islam. Just because he said, Allahu Akbar, that doesn't make it Islamic. Yeah, you know what I mean? Anybody can say that word.
Yeah, we say we start prayers.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean that it's Islamic. So I think, all these things need to be looked at. But Riaz, another thing I need to mention is that, look, a lot of people that go to Syria to fight or to help the Syrians, they're not going there for terrorism purposes. This is the fallacy. Some odd small number of people may go and join ISIS, but I believe 95% of the people that go to Syria, they go for compassionate reasons. They go there because they want to help the Syrian people. What is wrong with helping the Syrian people? Now, I know people who are in Syria, who are aid workers, who are working there. They can't come back to the UK because they've been there now. They're getting labelled, "Oh, you're over there, so you're an extremist." They're not extremists. They've been dodging bullets, taking food and medicine into eastern Aleppo and into Aleppo, where no other aid agencies can go. So these guys are heroes. They're not extremists.
There's a question there. Would you let in 100,000 plus Middle Eastern refugees without proper screening?
Well, let's
women and children, yes. Adults, the men, they probably need to be screened. But the women and children, no, because they're women and children. Because I've never heard of a woman, committing an act of terror in Britain anyway, or a child.
When they're saying screening, so you're gonna. So when you say screening, that means you're looking at for. Is somebody
any links?
So you're going to say to them,
to ISIS
all right, Abdul. You want to come into our country? Yeah.
Well, not Riaz.
No,
Abdul.
No, I'm just saying it here. So all right, Abdul. So you want to come into our country? Are you going to blow it up? No. Okay. Do you hate our country? No. Are you affiliated with ISIS? No. All right, you can come in.
It's not easy, is it,
mate?
It'll be very difficult to screen.
Is he going to say yes?
Of course not. If he's undercover, he's not going to say yes, is it? So it's going to be. That's a very difficult procedure, a very difficult thing to do. How are you going to screen everybody? You can't. Riaz, it's impossible.
We already have a system in place. Yeah, we have a very stringent immigration system in place at our borders. We have very competent immigration officers. We have a system.
Yeah,
it's not like it's a free for all. Not anybody can just walk into the country. There's a system. It's already there, so there's not a problem.
Okay, look, we've got about 7 minutes left. Do you want to carry on with your story? So you went to Afghanistan. What happened in Afghanistan quickly, and then what happened after Afghanistan?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go into the detail because we haven't got enough time for all of that.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to be the city retreat today.
Yes. He's going to continue his story at the city retreat with it more in depth and more, more information. And it starts at 7:30 at Churchgate, number 70 Churchgate. So if you want to hear his story, the proper version, not the abridged version, what you heard on the radio, on this radio, come along. 7:30. We'll be there for about an hour. Refreshments will be served. There's enough for you. We'll buy you pizza. Loads of pizza. David's definitely coming. He's got a big grin on his face. He's a greedy little man. That's why he loves his food. I can tell by that belly of yours as well. Anyway, you can point your finger all you want, mate. Okay.
But I think what's important now is that, you know, people like myself, people like Riaz, and other people that we work with, what we do is we use our experiences, our background, you know, the kind of all the stuff that we've learned over the years, and we try to help the younger generation. In my opinion, look, we talked a lot. We need to be about solutions. We need to find solutions to the challenges that we face. Our younger generation is going through a lot of turmoil at the moment. They've got a crisis of identity. They're being labelled. They're being called all kinds of stuff, and it's difficult for them, you know. And I really sympathise with them, because I talk to them and they're like, you know, they're confused. They just don't know which way to go, you know, wherever they go. And I think we, as like the older brothers, the older generation, we need to find solutions for them. Yeah. But those solutions have to come from the young people. We have to. They
engage. Want to. They want. If they want, they need to engage.
They need to engage with
us as well.
Yeah, but we got to engage with them. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to then educate them, and we have to inspire them to become better citizens. To become, you know, we don't.
Do you think the youth want that? Because a lot, if you try to approach the youth these days, try to inspire them, try to engage with them, they don't want to know this. Like, this guy's a waste man. They walk off and stuff. It's really, really difficult. You need to.
Riaz, we were like that as well.
I know we were.
Yeah, but the point is,
an older person came up, I say, yeah, Dad, Uncle, thank you very much. I just walk up and say, what's your about?
But we have to persevere, mate. We've got to persevere.
Yeah, you can't give up.
We can't just give up on the first no, can we?
No, we can't.
You know, you got to carry on. You got to keep on trying. You got to keep on working.
We can't give up. If we give up, that's it. What's the point?
Because they are the next generation. You know, they're going to take this whole community forward. And if we don't educate them, I mean, it's this thing about we need to break that mentality. You know, and no disrespect to the taxi drivers, but we've got to get our kids out of this taxi driver mentality. We don't want to be, and no disrespect to the taxi drivers. Yeah, it's a job that has to be done. But what I'm saying is, we don't want to be driving the CEOs around. We want to be driven around. We want to be the CEOs. We need to be in higher and senior management. We need to be scientists. We need to be in R&D.
Like Jackie says, that education is the way forward.
Yes, and we have to educate.
If you don't have the right teachers, and the teachers put down the children saying that you're not clever enough to become a doctor, or like happened to me at school, the teachers thought I was dumb, that I was going to be a factory worker. So what happens? You lose that sort of encouragement. You lose that motivation to become better in life, because the teacher tells you you're dumb.
Yeah, but I'm saying let's get past that. Yeah, you know, people are negative. Let's get past it. We have a responsibility now to work with our community. We need to basically help. Look, a young man, we need to develop their emotional intelligence. We need to build up their leadership skills, their speaking skills, their entrepreneurial. If they have business ideas, we need to help them. We need to promote it. Yeah. And you in the community, you business people, you people in the community who have resources, who have the money, you've got to invest in your own community. You've got to invest in your younger generation.
Okay.
If you've been lucky enough to have money and you've got businesses, invest it back in your
absolutely.
community. And also the charity organisations. We've got all these charity organisations. They raise hundreds of millions of pounds, and all due respect, and they should be working in countries abroad.
But and we support our own communities.
We support that. Yeah, we support that. But all we're asking the charities to do is, out of your 100%, just give 5% back into your community. Yeah. Support local projects in your community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Support the younger generation.
Yes.
And you know what's going to happen?
I agree with you,
your donations are going to increase.
Yeah.
Because when the young people who are going to be the future earners are going to see, well, these charities are what helped me to get on these training courses and so on and so forth, they're going to be your next donors. They're going to want to help you and support you. You'll actually make back more money as in donations than what you actually give out.
Okay, I'm going to have to cut you short. We've got about 2 minutes left. One more thing here. It says here, Merrick Cooper, love what you guys are doing, but I think we should be careful lumping all media together. There's some great balanced media out there, Channel 4, News, The Guardian, the BBC even. The main problem is that most popular media channels are not those ones. The Daily Mail, The Sun, The Sky, And I think instead we should promote proper media. Yeah, I agree with you. We can't blame all the media, but a lot of media out there, they have an agenda, but what can you do about it? It's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, we get social media is probably the best thing now, to be honest with you, because people can voice their opinions, wear their opinions on live without any problems.
Well, look, Shahzab Yusuf Suleiman
must need to invite professions, doctors, lawyers, firefighters need to step forward to give talks. Yep, kids need motivating, because right now the only motivation they got is drug dealers' lifestyle, which is absolutely right.
Very true.
You are spot on. When a young guy sees a drug dealer in a nice fancy car, bling bling watch, nice garms, living the life, they want to be like. They look at them and think, I want to be like them. Like him. Anyway, we've got to rock and roll. We've got a minute left. So 7:30 today, City Retreat, 70 Churchgate. Shahid will be continuing his talk, and on Monday we'll be on a bus. So if you want to come and see us, we'll be at St Matthew's Sports Centre. You're more than welcome. We're going to have PS4 there. We'll have television there. We'll have debate and
But
stuff.
more
you know what I
important
mean?
than
And
the
there'll be
PS4
food there as well.
More
Pizza.
important than-
David's
more than-
definitely coming.
More than the PS4 yet. We're going to be there.
And we're going to have lots of pizza because David says he wants pizza. Okay, great. So hopefully you'll see us next week. Well, not him. You'll see me. All right. And hopefully I'll have another guest on. Lovely speaking to you guys. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Has it gone off? Wait. How'd you get that off?